Libra, my dear soul, what would you do if I told you a judge is about to say your name, and a legal document is on its way to unlock $1 million blessing written in your destiny? Welcome, beautiful Libra, to Zodiac Whisper Tarot. This isn't just another tarot video, this is a prophetic message directly aligned with the cosmic vibrations of your sign during one of the most karmically intense weeks of the year, December 9th through 12th. If you've landed on this video today, please understand this is not a coincidence. You've been divinely guided here. And I know your soul felt it the moment you clicked. There are moments when the universe doesn't knock gently. Instead, it rings the bell of destiny with thunder. And right now, Libra, that thunder sounds like a court decision, an unexpected legal letter, or a call from a professional authority figure carrying your name on their desk. You may think this sounds dramatic. But as someone who's read energy for decades, let me assure you, something powerful is unfolding. When I pulled the first few cards, the Justice card came forward with such intensity that I had to stop and center myself. Then came the Emperor, Judgment, the Hierophant. A trifecta of legal, divine, and karmic authority. These aren't just cards. They're a cosmic decree. And the decree is this: you, Libra, are about to be rewarded for something you thought the world forgot. This video will walk you through the sequence of energy I saw step by step, and I promise you, by the end of it, you'll understand why you felt what you felt, why you've been through what you've been through, and why it's all changing now. Have you recently felt the weight of life pressing against you? Quiet battles, silent sacrifices, helping others without recognition, questioning whether justice will ever arrive? Then you're exactly who this message is for. You see, Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of value, love, and balance. And when Saturn, the planet of karma, enters a trine with Venus in your chart, the universe isn't just asking who you are. It's rewarding you for who you've chosen to be when no one was watching. A legal paper is coming. A judge may be involved. But this is far beyond courtroom walls. This is spiritual justice. And the form it takes may surprise you: a will, a settlement, an inheritance, a refund from the universe in the form of real wealth and recognition. Please stay with me until the end of this reading, because I will be revealing the deeper layers, what each day from the 9th to the 12th brings, who is secretly working against you, and how the Empress and the 10 of Pentacles came together to confirm, this is not just about you. It's about your bloodline, your legacy, and your divine right to abundance. Before we dive deeper, I want to pause and thank you sincerely for being here. Every like, every comment, and every subscription you share with this channel helps send this message to those who need it most, and keeps the fire of this soul work alive. Your presence isn't taken for granted. Your energy is sacred here. You are not just a viewer, you are part of a soul family. So tell me, my loyal Libras, what brought you here today? What have you felt building around you? What signs have you seen that you couldn't explain? Comment below right now with the words, "I am ready to receive my divine legal blessing." Or share the sacred number that keeps appearing in your life. Because once you write it down, the energy shifts. And what was delayed can finally arrive. Now take a deep breath, Libra, and stay with me, because what the universe is about to reveal is going to change everything. Sometimes what feels like a delay is actually divine preparation. Libra, as we continue this sacred journey through your chart and the cosmic cards that have chosen you today, the presence of Justice, the Hierophant, and the Page of Pentacles cannot be ignored. This is not just symbolism, this is alignment. These archetypes bring forth an energy of formal recognition, sacred contracts, and an offering that feels predestined, yet quietly miraculous. And you may already be feeling the tremors of that shift in your physical reality. Justice, in particular, is a card that speaks louder when your spirit has been silently waiting. It does not always appear in moments of obvious conflict. Sometimes it arrives after long seasons of being unseen, when your integrity was kept intact behind closed doors, when you gave without expecting, when you forgave what no one else knew. And now, the universe is preparing to make those moments visible through a paper trail, perhaps a legal notification, an unexpected inheritance, or a release of financial energy held back until now. This could arrive via a call from an attorney, a letter from a governmental agency, or the reopening of a file that had your name in it all along. The appearance of the Hierophant here adds a layer of divine order. This is not chaos disguised as opportunity. This is structured, lawful, ethical, and sacred. The Hierophant often represents institutions, spiritual lineage, or agreements that have been carried across generations. When paired with justice, we're not just looking at a legal formality, we're looking at karmic compensation through formal means. You may be stepping into a role or receiving a gift that someone else prepared for you without ever meeting you. And in that preparation, there is love. There is sacrifice. There is legacy. Meanwhile, the Page of Pentacles whispers gently of what is just beginning. Pages are messengers, but they are also learners. You may find yourself receiving not just money, but information, clarity about your value, a new opportunity to expand your skills, or even access to a space that once felt out of reach. This could come as a scholarship, a grant, a new role with benefits beyond the paycheck, or news of a forgotten savings account or investment. Astrologically, this week is no accident. Saturn, planet of responsibility and long-term reward, is creating a harmonious trine to Venus, your ruling planet. This golden triangle touches your fifth house, the area of recognition, blessings, and divine joy. This means what is being returned to you now is not just needed, it is deserved. And it comes with the sweet aftertaste of satisfaction. At the same time, Pluto's final phase through your second house of earned income means past financial blockages or burdens are dissolving. A chapter closes and a new economy within your life begins. You don't need to chase this moment. You only need to be awake to it. Watch for the signs: a piece of mail, a number that repeats, a name you haven't heard in years. These are not distractions. They are confirmations. The best way to prepare your energy to receive this is with clarity, humility, and readiness. Make space in your calendar, but also in your heart. There's something sacred about allowing blessings to find you. It's not always easy to receive, especially if you're used to surviving on your own. But you were never meant to carry everything alone. Sometimes, someone you've never met planted a seed years ago and you, Libra, were always meant to harvest its fruit. If this resonates with you, take a breath, and allow yourself to say it out loud: I am ready to receive what is mine. And if your heart needs a sign, consider this it. You've waited long enough. Now is the time to let the blessing unfold. There are moments in life when everything you've been carrying quietly, your sacrifices, your long nights, your uncelebrated integrity begins to rise to the surface, not as noise, but as recognition. And Libra, as we continue into this powerful phase of your reading, the alignment of the Emperor, Judgment, the Star, and the Wheel of Fortune is nothing short of extraordinary. It marks a point in your timeline where an external authority is about to mirror back to you what the universe has already confirmed. You were chosen for something greater, and the moment of that confirmation is near. What makes this combination so profound is that it brings together legal or governmental structure, the Emperor, divine reckoning, judgment, hope and healing, the star, and destiny itself, Wheel of Fortune. This isn't just about paperwork. It's about momentum that's been building silently and is now ready to manifest through something tangible like a decision, a release, or a message with your name on it. You might receive a phone call from someone in power, or a letter you didn't expect, or perhaps even an invitation to claim something that was meant for you all along. In astrological terms, this moment resonates with a rare clarity. When Saturn forms a trine to Venus your ruler, it's a cosmic signature that says, value is being assigned where value is due. You are being seen through the eyes of both justice and compassion. And as Pluto wraps up its transformative journey through your second house of finances, there's a quiet, undeniable shift happening in the foundation of how you receive, earn, and hold abundance. Still, it's easy to doubt when things begin to move. After years of working hard, giving more than receiving, or being overlooked, your heart might hesitate to believe that something this good could be real. But that's exactly why this part of the message is so important. Because your ability to receive truly accept what is being offered requires trust. Not blind faith, but earned trust. And sometimes that trust begins with one small decision, to believe you're worth it. In my years working with energy, astrology, and human stories, I've seen time and time again how blessings often come through people, judges, advisors, mentors, or strangers who are simply vessels for the divine movement already written into your life. It's not always about who sends the message, it's about what the message carries. And this one, Libra, carries your name and a long overdue yes. If you've been feeling like you're standing at a turning point but aren't sure which direction to face, you're not alone. Many people walk through spiritual thresholds unaware that they've been summoned. But not you. You're awake. You're listening. And the very act of being present in this reading means your soul is already responding. The Wheel of Fortune promises that change is not only possible, it's inevitable. But paired with judgment, it's a reminder that how you respond to the change is what will define your path. You're not just a bystander to fate. You are a participant in your own elevation. And when the star appears, it's a sign that healing follows reward. That clarity is close. That the story doesn't end with survival, it expands into joy, into peace, into freedom. If you feel something stirring as you hear this, don't ignore it. That emotion is sacred. It's movement. It's confirmation. Write down the words, I am chosen to receive $1 million blessing. Let your voice echo what your spirit already knows. The universe listens to the brave. And right now, your bravery is opening doors that logic could never predict. You are not here by mistake. And what's coming next is not delayed, it's right on divine time. Stay open. Stay ready. The message is on its way. There are tears that come from heartbreak, and then there are tears that rise when the soul is finally seen. This moment, Libra, belongs to the second kind. As we move deeper into your reading, the appearance of the moon, the reversed Six of Cups, and the Ace of Swords speaks of an emotional breakthrough, one that may surprise you with its depth. It's the kind of shift that begins not in the mind, but in the body, a lump in the throat, a tightness in the chest, a sudden wave of gratitude so profound that it brings you to silence. These are not signs of weakness, they're signals that something inside you is being released. The moon in this position suggests that much of what you've endured has remained hidden, even from yourself. You've carried pain wrapped in memory, wrapped in silence. Old stories, childhood echoes, maybe even responsibilities that were never yours to begin with. And for so long, you've been the one to smile, to rise, to hold others together, while your own healing was postponed, quietly placed on hold. When the Six of Cups appears reversed, it often points to the wounds of the past that were never fully addressed. This may not always come from trauma in the traditional sense. It can come from being the one who always had to be okay. The one who absorbed others' burdens because you didn't want to let anyone down. The one who forgave more than they received. And yet, these patterns, however noble, created a wall between you and the recognition your soul has longed for. And then comes the Ace of Swords. A divine breakthrough. A truth so clear it cuts through the fog like morning light. This is not just mental clarity, it is emotional liberation. It's the realization that your story matters. That what you gave was not invisible. That the universe has been keeping score in a language much deeper than performance. The ace doesn't ask you to fight. It simply reminds you, you have already overcome. This kind of clarity is sacred. In my years of guiding souls through astrological healing and energetic alignment, I've witnessed how these moments often arrive after long seasons of inner endurance. People don't always recognize that endurance looks like silence. It looks like continuing to show up for life even when no one applauds you. It looks like loving people who didn't know how to love you back. And it looks like choosing to stay kind, even when bitterness would have been easier. Let me offer a quiet reminder: no act of love, no moment of integrity, no prayer whispered into the dark ever goes unnoticed. And perhaps what you are about to receive is not so much a reward, but a return. A return to balance. A return to grace. A return to yourself. Many people live in constant motion, trying to earn worth through doing. But worth is not earned. It is remembered. You were worthy before they misunderstood you. Before they walked away. Before they didn't say thank you. And now, with the Ace of Swords, that truth is breaking through the subconscious. You are being given a mirror, and in it, you no longer see someone who was overlooked. You see someone who is rising. If you find yourself crying in the next few days, let them fall. There is no shame in emotion that arrives through healing. It is sacred. It is the sound of old chains falling away. Let the moment hold you. Let the breakthrough wash over you. And if you feel led to write it down, do so. I allow the truth to free me. Because it already has. What once had the power to break you no longer holds the same weight. Libra, after the emotional release of being truly seen and spiritually recognized, you are now stepping into a test not to bring you down, but to show you how far you've come. When the Devil and the Five of Swords appear together, they signal the presence of a familiar energy. Not because you've summoned it, but because your light is shining so brightly that it triggers the darkness in others. You may notice an old adversary reappear, or a situation that once made you feel small come back for one final round. But the difference now is you. You've grown. You've shifted. And you no longer react from the same place of hurt or defensiveness. Instead of seeing this person or challenge as an enemy, you now recognize it for what it truly is: a mirror, reflecting your evolution back to you. Where you once might have fought to prove yourself, now you simply stand in your truth. Where you once would have been pulled into drama or emotional chaos, now you choose peace, not because you're weak, but because you've become wise. The devil in tarot speaks not only of toxicity or manipulation, but of the internal cords we still haven't cut: the fear of being judged, the guilt of outgrowing people we once loved, the part of us that feels bad for saying no. But you, dear Libra, are being invited to cut those cords with compassion. You don't need to slam the door or seek revenge. You don't need to explain yourself. The true power lies in releasing with grace. And that's where the magic of this moment lives. In choosing not to react the way you used to. In giving yourself the freedom to move forward without dragging the past behind you. That is how karma is cleared, not through anger, but through alignment. Through refusing to re-enter cycles you've already graduated from. The Five of Swords often indicates a no-win battle where no matter who wins, something is lost. But here's the breakthrough: you don't have to play the game at all. You can walk away. You can choose peace. You can forgive, not to excuse their behavior, but to free yourself from the energetic tie that still links you to their chaos. This is the kind of forgiveness that transforms. Not the passive kind. Not the kind that says, what they did was okay. But the kind that declares, what they did no longer gets to hold my energy hostage. And that, Libra, is a power the universe rushes to support. Even in the most mundane details of life, this choice makes a difference. When you release resentment, your nervous system relaxes. Your intuition clears. Your heart opens. You become a vessel ready to receive again: love, opportunity, clarity. And this, too, is abundance. So if you're feeling the urge to confront, pause. If your mind is replaying old wounds or arguments, take a deep breath and gently say to yourself, I forgive you. I release you. I am free. Say it even if you don't fully believe it yet. Because forgiveness is not a feeling. It's a choice. A repeated, conscious choice. One that shifts everything from the inside out. Let this be the chapter where you prove that your power doesn't lie in control, it lies in surrender. Not the surrender of weakness, but of wisdom. The kind that says, I know who I am now. I don't need to look back. And if it feels right to you, write it below as your affirmation today. I forgive and I am free. This isn't just a statement. It's your soul's declaration that you are no longer who you used to be. Nothing that tries to pull you back can follow where you're going next. Sometimes the blessing isn't just what you receive, it's what you break through so others never have to. Libra, what you're stepping into now goes far beyond a personal windfall. The appearance of the Ten of Pentacles and the Empress together marks a sacred intersection of legacy and rebirth. This isn't just about you receiving a financial miracle, it's about you becoming the person in your bloodline who changes everything. You're not simply gaining wealth, you are rewriting the story your ancestors have carried in silence. In astrology, we often talk about generational cycles. These are patterns we inherit unconsciously, beliefs about money, about worth, about what's possible for us. You may have grown up in an environment where abundance was always just out of reach, or where fear dictated financial decisions. Maybe love was tied to sacrifice, or success always came with guilt. But now, the energy has shifted. You are the one carrying the key. The Ten of Pentacles signals not just material gain but the completion of a karmic cycle. It whispers of stability, home, safety, and it suggests that what's coming to you now may benefit not only your current life, but future generations. When the Empress appears, she brings softness and power in equal measure. This card is about birthing something new, not just physically, but spiritually and energetically. You're creating a new standard. A new experience of what it means to live fully, to receive freely, to enjoy without apology. The Empress asks, are you ready to nurture this next version of your life with care, trust, and love? Because the harvest is ripe, but you must make space to receive it. And yes, this is real. A legal win. A financial door opening. An unexpected deposit. A home. An inheritance. A proposal. A shift. Whether it comes wrapped in paperwork or intuition, the message is the same. You are worthy of receiving in overflow, not just survival. That worth is not based on perfection. It's based on your willingness to say yes to what the universe wants to give you now. Numerology confirms this too. The number 10, represented by the Ten of Pentacles, symbolizes divine completion. Not an end but a culmination that makes space for what's next. And the number 3, carried by the Empress, is a sacred number of creation, joy, expansion, and divine feminine energy. Together, they speak of a destiny being fulfilled not just for you, but through you. To align with this moment, consider practical self-support as a form of energetic alignment. Support your body with nourishing foods like walnuts for brain clarity, almond milk for gentle vitality, and chamomile tea to calm the nervous system. Move with intention. Gentle yoga in the morning or a 20-minute walk can help ground the abundance you're inviting in. In your work, be open to change. If you feel stagnant, consider that a sign. A stranger could open a door, or an invitation you didn't expect might be the very thing your soul asked for months ago. Financially, allow money to flow but not without purpose. When wealth arrives, set aside a portion to give, whether through generosity, spiritual tithing, or sharing in your own way. Gratitude is a current, and it amplifies what's already coming your way. Emotionally, be aware of love's return. Someone from the past might reappear, not to rekindle romance, but to close a loop. If you're single, remain open. Energetic alignment attracts more than algorithms ever will. And above all, remember, this is a beginning, not just a gift. If your heart is stirred by these words, write this now as your personal declaration: I receive my destiny with trust and love. Then breathe deeply and watch as this new life begins to unfold around you with grace, with clarity, and with the deep knowing that you were always meant to be the one who sets your lineage free. Libra, my beautiful soul, you've always been the one to hold the balance for others, for peace, for order, but now, something extraordinary is shifting. You are no longer just the keeper of harmony. You are becoming the embodiment of justice fulfilled, of abundance returned, of destiny realized. This isn't about maintaining what was. It's about receiving what's been promised to you for lifetimes. Everything you've seen today, every card, every sign, every message has not only confirmed your journey but has invited you to walk through the door now standing open before you. And I know. It can feel surreal. It's easier sometimes to doubt than to believe something this beautiful could be meant for you. But the universe doesn't make mistakes. You're not here by chance. You're here because your soul is ready, and the timing is divine. Let me ask you this: what if all the silence, all the delays, all the heartbreak you've endured were simply preparing you to hold what others would drop? What if this moment is not the reward, but the unveiling of who you've always been beneath the survival? You have the power to shift not just your life, but the legacy that follows you. And that shift begins not with control, but with alignment, with choosing to believe in your own readiness, in your own voice, in your ability to walk into a new chapter without apology. So I invite you, gently but firmly, to do what many never dare to do: claim what's already yours. Can you feel the energy moving in your body right now? The tingle in your chest? The weight lifting off your shoulders? That's not fantasy. That's alignment. That's recognition. That's your spiritual inheritance beginning to land in real time. Will you allow yourself to receive without guilt? To trust that the divine timing of this message, this video, this moment was always meant to find you? If your heart says yes, then speak it into the universe by commenting below: I am ready to receive my divine documents. Let that sentence become your key. And if this message resonated deeply with you, don't just keep it inside. Click like to affirm your readiness to receive. It's more than a button, it's a vibrational agreement. Subscribe to Zodiac Whisper Tarot so you never miss the divine updates waiting to meet you exactly where you are. Every video here is not just content. It's spiritual technology timed perfectly to guide you deeper into your truth. And please, take a moment to ask yourself, what would my life look like if I actually trusted the blessing? What would happen if I let go of the version of me that's been waiting and stepped into the version that's ready? Libra, you deserve the life that's unfolding. Not because you've done everything right, but because your heart has stayed open. Because you've walked with grace through storms. Because you've chosen integrity when it cost you comfort. Today, that integrity is returning as reward. Today, the paperwork of heaven has your name on it. And today, your next chapter is beginning not with noise, but with quiet confirmation. I'm honored you've chosen to spend this time with me. Now go ahead. Take the first real step. The door is already open. And I promise, the moment you walk through, the universe will meet you there.